this one up. These two. What just happened? Streaming live on Facebook according to what they say. Oh, MC was live. Which one? YouTube? Okay.
It's debatable.
It's debatable, man. We are back. Man, they storming the Capitol, man.
Storming the Capitol.
Oh my gosh. It's your host, Sakar Aha.
I'm Dentop Ray.
Yeah, man. Appreciate y'all for logging in, man. Shouts out to Arsonal 9 Ether.
It's a great and dreadful day.
Shouts out to True Dawn.
True Dawn was goody.
Man, they say Babylon. That's what they say.
That's falling.
Okay, hold on.
Falling.
I want to see why it's not, because we're supposed to be live on Facebook at the same time. Let's see. Okay, making sure that's correct. For logging in, man. Shouts out to Sorrow 9 Ether. Okay, gotta cut that volume down for you guys. Let me just check this right here. Okay, and we live. Okay. I'd like to see what's going on though, so that if people make a comment, we can actually see the comment and we could
on Facebook or YouTube.
Yeah, on both Facebook. You know, if you guys any thoughts, it's happening right now. They're in Washington D.C.
They storming the Capitol. Hold on. They stormed the Capitol.
Yo, listen, they knocked him dead. They use what's that called? I saw
it was a movie.
Whatever it was, they breaking the window.
They broke the glass.
They running the Congress people out of there. They
ran up
the
in there.
Senators out of there.
Trump, he tweeted.
Yo, listen, man.
What did he tweet?
I don't even know. What did he tweet?
He said, "We are the law."
Woo-hoo.
When he said we are the law, he's really saying they are the law.
Whoa.
The people that storming into the Capitol.
Right.
It's pretty interesting because it goes back to what? Concession speech.
Wow.
That's what it goes back to. He did not pass the baton over to Biden. Where's Biden anyway?
That's a fact.
Where's Biden?
That's a fact.
Biden is quiet.
I don't know where he is.
Where's Biden's supporters?
I don't know where he is.
They have not hit the street.
I don't know what's going on.
I mean, come on.
Biden don't got no real supporters.
It's a movie. How about the sister, the lady?
I mean, they were the option, bro. Other than Trump, the point was like, we need to get this guy out of here. We're taking anything that we can get. Breaking news. Let's see what they're saying right now.
Breaking news.
Dude, what is that? I don't know, but oh man, guy masked up. They got the red, white. Ooh, the guns.
They got guns.
The guns across the face. The mask.
They got guns.
They got guns up there. Okay, the cops are right there. They right below the steps.
But you know, I got a problem with this. You know that, right?
Of course.
You know, I got a problem with this, right?
I already know.
Because if it would have been Nubians, Africans in America, they would have shot y'all up, man.
Facts.
They would have shot y'all up, man.
Been dead. He'd have been dead.
So this is a different type of privilege right here, man.
Right.
And if y'all don't understand, this is a different type of privilege, and I need to really pay attention to what's going on, because had it been y'all,
right,
Hispanic,
right,
Asian,
right,
Nubians,
right,
y'all would have got shot up.
Mm-hmm.
It would have made it it would have been like a bloodbath.
Mm-hmm.
It would have been any type of horror war movie you ever see. Braveheart. It would have been Braveheart.
Mm-hmm.
It would have been anything crazy. Look at it. How are they
inside, bro? They inside.
They're inside the Capitol.
They inside.
How are they even able to do this?
Wow. I don't know. They're getting it off right now, though.
This is my point. This is my point.
Sorry, guys.
This is my point.
Okay.
How is that even possible?
Bro, I don't know.
Look at this dude swinging, man. Like, how you swing? And I remember some time ago, this Nubian guy ran into the Capitol. I think he had some like a split personality. He was bipolar or something. Shot him up.
Right.
A sister, she drove her car in close to the White House. They shot her up. So these were isolated incidents with one individual. How do you got all these people and nobody. I heard one person got shot. You know, but to me that's not enough, because the moment you break in the window, shouldn't they be scared for their life?
Yeah, that's a fact.
Like the moment you break in windows, you come in on property.
Well, man, they telling the Congress people to stay in place. It's a problem. Come on, man. It's without a shadow of a doubt, it's a problem right now.
That's pretty interesting.
Man, listen, man, what y'all think about what's going on right now?
It's pretty interesting. Man.
Okay, good. There you go. I just wanted to see what that was.
It's pretty interesting. Man.
Okay, let me turn that down all the way. Yeah, so I mean, any thoughts? Definitely let us know. Right now, this is the first time we live on Facebook and YouTube at the same time.
Rahul back to the family.
Yeah, definitely, man. Rahul back and
be safe.
And you know, we are live on MC Ward. Definitely. Wow. Whoo. So we're looking at the front of the
What time is it over there?
It's like 5:40. No, 4:41 right now.
It's 4:41. That's how 4:41 looks over there.
4:41 is it?
Man, they had a whole day to go through.
Right. It's gonna be.
Man, it's early over there.
It's not looking good at all.
It's early over there, man.
It's not looking good.
Early, man.
Like, I don't see them people going anywhere anytime soon.
And again, I have to go back again. Concession speech. Y'all probably wondering what am I talking? Van Jones put me on.
Right.
Van Jones, he's the personality on CNN. Right. And so when I saw him, I'm like, well, let me go ahead and, see what he's talking about. Mm-hmm. And you go to the previous debatable, it had to be like debatable 15 or debatable 20. Debatable, we're on 29, right?
30. So
it's 30, right? So go back and check it out. And we have a whole breakdown on what is going on right now. The whole process of the rioting is because they are in the house, meaning they're going back to square one. Nothing matters at this point. You know what I'm saying? Nothing matters. So it means that, okay, Trump is looking like he's about to win.
Right.
Period.
Right.
Period.
So the Constitution says if there's no, I was going to ask you about the concession speech.
Right.
Are you about to get open? Okay. Yeah, I got a question about that. If so it's in the Constitution, you said that if they don't concede. Go ahead. Yeah, that had to be right when I was asking you a question. If they don't concede, what happens?
It's in the Constitution that it's in the Constitution that what Trump is doing is able to happen. It's not something. It's never been done before, because since elections been going on, what happens is you have to pass on the baton. You don't have to, but that's what's traditional. It's tradition to pass it on.
Right.
But in the Constitution, they have provisions that the president that's there does not have to leave. You know what I mean? And for the next debatable, I'll be able to quote specifically where in the Constitution that is there, but it's in the Constitution. This is what Van Jones is talking about. It's all complimentary of Van Jones.
Right. Yeah. I also saw that they're talking about now. They are also talking about that the cabinet could have also removed him if they wanted to. I guess that's the 25th Amendment. That his cabinet actually could take the stance to say, you know what, we don't agree with what you're doing, Trump.
Or he's not mentally fit.
Yeah, something like that.
Well, yeah,
25th Amendment. Yeah, they were just talking about it on CNN just now.
I think it's based upon the fact of if he's not mentally fit, like sick or what have you, and he's showing that he's not. His mind is
it's arguable right now. That's something that.
But he knows exactly what he's doing.
I'm not saying he doesn't.
You know what I mean?
It's definitely debatable right now.
It's definitely debatable.
It's definitely debatable that they can say, you know what, this guy, he's got issues.
But look what they're saying. Look.
Rioters breach. But this is CNN, right? So now
what Fox is talking about?
Yeah, it's about Fox. It really is about Al Jazeera. Because that's outside the country. Fox News, right? That's outside the country. And I like to hear what's happening from those perspectives. It's just a different type of conversation.
That's true, but true. But this is deep. This is like next level. It's never happened before.
Right? No, that's a fact.
It's never happened before.
It definitely
Come
hasn't.
on, man. This is different, man. It's a
definitely
great and dreadful day, man.
Yeah.
Look at these dudes climbing, man. It's like
Trump addresses Capitol violence in tape video as National Guard is deployed. He said, "Go home in peace." Go home in peace. Okay, he's trying to send them home.
But these are his supporters,
right?
And that's what the concession speech is about. The concession speech is it basically breaks down the fact that you pass the baton to the person that beat.
Right.
So the fact that once he would have gave the concession speech, none of this would have happened because his supporters would have been like, okay, he passed the baton. He lost fair and square.
Right.
He's giving it up.
Right.
But the fact that he didn't do the concession speech, it's like, nah, I'm staying.
Right.
I'm staying, and I'm not leaving. You have to make me leave. Right. You follow what I'm saying?
It's getting serious, y'all. It's definitely getting serious. I mean, listen, I don't even know, man. Like, and then watching like what the content that people are talking about, like nobody's even really addressing these issues, man. Like, you watch some of these other YouTube channels, and I'm just like, dang, how distracted, because I was getting distracted while all this is going on. I'm watching.
That's the key word.
Yeah, that's the point. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, it's really some real things happening right now. Like, again, it's the first time in history. So again, I would
dig it. It's the first time in history, and nobody's talking about it.
Right.
That's what's heavy. And that's what you have to really look at to see how there's a spell that's put on us as a people where you're able to get desensitized to wear masks, to just change your whole lifestyle.
Right.
And when something as big as this right here takes place, it's not even a big deal.
But that's when it can get confusing, I think, right? Because now you got the Trump supporters that actually have that mind state.
Right.
Like that, we shouldn't be wearing masks.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's where it really gets confusing. Like, and I think people don't really understand why, you have a lot of these more astute African Americans that actually support Trump. I don't think they understand that because in a way, what you're saying, okay, outside of the racial issues, but in a way, when it comes to like, wanting to have your right? Because what do Republicans want? They want less government intervention. That's what they want. They actually want less government intervention. So the average Republican is not going to take lightly to the fact that you force people to do anything, force them to put masks on, force them to be quarantined. They're going to be up against that. I mean, so they the main people standing against the quarantine. They were the people that were objecting to quarantine with the same people that's storming the Capitol right now. So it's pretty interesting because
Trudeau was good.
Yeah. He said, as a matter of fact, he said, what kind of spell we under? We all been tricked. Time to come out of it. Oh, Nas. Oh, that's a bar. King was on the spell we under. Yeah, that's right. I don't remember what song that was, Trudeau, but I definitely remember that bar. Yeah, that's a fact. And just crazy thing. Nas' name. You know what it means? It means to forget. You know that? That shit crazy. Yeah. It come from Enos.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about? From the Enosites or whatever, which is not the Africans. None of that is related to African Americans. That was all dealing with Europeans and mixed Indo-Europeans and stuff like that.
Right.
Matter of fact, it's in a book called Akasha Records.
Okay.
We're gonna have links for y'all in the what do you call it?
Go pick up your books,
in the
man.
timeline. Yeah, so y'all could kind of read up on the stuff. But it's funny because the whole line is like the spell, and then the whole the part of what we talk about is there was a spell on people to forget. It wasn't necessarily a spell to put on us, but because of us mixing with the European and stuff like that, we also affected by it. But yeah, right now it's distraction. Right now, the whole mind is distraction.
That's the spell.
Right.
That's the spell because one, evil is made to be fair seeming, meaning bad is cool. It's cool for negativity. It's cool for bad. And anything that's good is corny.
Right.
Anything that's good, like this conversation would be deemed as it being corny. You follow what I'm saying? Whereas to keep you in tune, keep you awake, and keep you abreast of what's going on is corny.
Right.
And that's a part of the spell.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? That's a part of the spell because the fact that you want to stay in the know is a part of the spell. Hank Aaron taking a COVID-19 shot to make you feel comfortable to take the vaccination is a part of the spell.
Yeah, man. I mean, that's the era he come from, Hank Aaron, so, I mean, he came out of Atlanta, they never really want him to be in the sport. He beat, then he break Babe Ruth record. Remember, they was threatening him all sorts of death threats. So you know, people get when they turn, like, you know, they get, you know, they turn people like over time. They just they beat you in the head. You know, they threaten you, they scare you, and before you know it, you know, you basically on the other side. I don't even know you on the other side. Right. You know what I'm saying? But I think that's what happened to Hank Aaron, because they gave him a hard way. You know what I mean? Ever since entering into Major League Baseball. Right. You know, but speaking of that type of thought process, I want to shout out that guy Charleston White. I just got a chance to see what he was talking about, man. He's
pretty aggressive guy.
Say Cheese, I think it is. Okay. Is that the name of the brand? Yeah, it's like a Vlad TV. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Shouts out to them.
Yeah, definitely. They be doing their thing. You know, they have different type of spin on it. I seen him out there in the Bay Area, but I really like his spin on it and talking about gangs, being a former gang member, right, and saying that he don't agree with the gang culture. I mean, and how destructive it was. Man, he went into everything. He said they don't pay. He said they don't got no funeral fund. And then he was like, the guy was like, well, yeah, but gangs was created to what's it called, to, you know, for something different. But then he's like, nah, that's a lie. That's the first lie. And I mean, he went into Tookie because I think he was strictly talking about Bloods and Crips. Right. But I think when you took, but yeah, I don't know, you know, because it does seem like the growth of it was like it was kind of all at the same time as the Black Panthers was dying. You know what I'm saying? You had in Chicago the Gangster Disciples growing, right? You know what I'm saying? Because remember you had Barksdale and Larry Hoover actually protecting Jesse Jackson and them at first. It was their protection. Right. You know what I mean? And then also as the Black Panthers in the West Coast was dying, then you also had the Bloods and Crips being birthed, you know. So
it's interesting, man. It's interesting.
It's a void, you know what? Nature abhors a vacuum. Again, and listen, I mean, Bill. Yeah, there's a bill. Okay, there's a you know, there's one of the laws they got. You know, they got scientific laws or whatever, and it's a law when it's dealing with like money, like, you know, if you know, giving, you know, you got to give to get, like, you know what I'm saying? That's like a science, like it's actual real science. In order to receive you, it has to be a void opening for you to be able to receive. Got it. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, matter can't take the same space
at the same time.
Exactly. Right. So nature abhors a vacuum meaning that it's always going to fill a space that's empty. You follow what I'm talking about? So they emptied the space. They, you know, they killed off the leaders, drugged them up, did all the different things, distracted them, put drugs in, you know, infiltrated, same thing COINTELPRO. And now you have, you know, the vacuum was left open, right, after the destruction of the real groups, Southern Christian Leadership Coalition, Nation of Islam, right, because it is not what it is. What it is now is not what it was back then, right? And the Black Panthers all destroyed.
No, that is a fact, and I don't think they're able to control what's about to happen right now because the gangs are watching this right here, and they seeing this biasness, you know what I mean? This white privilege, because they know if it would have been them on the Capitol, they wouldn't have said rioters, they would have said thugs. Right. They would have said gangbangers. Right. It would have been. That's a good. It would have been skewed different. That's a good. So like, you know, everybody, the world is watching this right here.
So you were saying you saw a lot of Black police officers.
I thought I did.
You did.
It might have been face masks.
Yeah. Okay, that's true too. But you know, Washington D.C. Well, what's your thought about that?
Well, I mean,
what was your first mind? I mean, I think I cut you off.
Yeah. What I was talking about is the fact that you would see Black police officers during such a serious case like this is to put them as on front line for danger. You follow what I'm saying? Whereas, you know, you typically see white police officers in our neighborhoods. You typically see white police officers when it's time to all these different things are taking place. You know what I mean? So why would you put Black police officers on the front line when these guys are coming in for blood? Right. You follow what I'm saying? So in my mind, like, okay, it's just like it just shows you how they go about skewing. Like the pictures that I'm seeing right now is crazy. Right. It's a
my man, dude is sitting up in somebody's office. That's what that was. Man, they broke in and they said, "Oh man, gas." I'm seeing the gas, but they broke into somebody's office in one of those senatorial buildings, and dude had his feet up on the desk.
And these are the good old boys.
Yeah, these are the white boys. These are the
good old boys. These are the guys that are your ex-Navy SEALs, your ex what is it called, Green Beret, your military trained guys. These are the guys that's out there right now. You understand what I'm saying? Right. And the thing is the fact that it's in the House, right? You think you going out to vote right now. I saw a lot of people going out to vote. It ain't got nothing to do with you.
Right.
It never had anything to do with you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're a part of it. You follow what I'm saying? But it's all about the electoral college, right? And then now that it's at this point, it's dealing with the House. Period.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then the fact that it's dealing with the House has the final say. Right. It's like the other part never even existed. Mm-hmm. Meaning the whole voting and the Biden's getting all the popular votes. That don't even matter. The popular votes don't matter.
Right. Go to CNN.com right now. Y'all see they got some electoral vote thing going on right now. It's 12. Remember, it was 12 points in the side of Trump. I'm not understanding what's happening. But Trudon asks, do you think there'll be a race civil war soon? I hope not. If the elite win, if there is, what's your thoughts on that?
Will there be a civil war soon?
A race war.
Race.
Yeah, basically a race war.
A race civil war
is what he said.
I want to say yes, but you have to understand, Trudon. We're only 40 million. 40 million, maybe. Let's give it 50 million, right? Well, but when you look at it, it's like over 300 million people of the population, and of that 300 million of the population is 40 million of it is Africans in America, right? So that race civil war, I hope not as well, because we're going to get fed up. You know what I mean? We're going to see that it's not as unfair. We're going to see that, a lot of people's getting killed. A lot of our people's getting killed unfairly, unjust. Like this, just in Louisiana, during New Year's, this young boy, I forget his name. I'll let you guys know the next show. He got jumped by some white guys. He had a gun on him. He shot him up. One of them died. He's in jail right now for murder. But they're not addressing the fact that he was standing his ground. Right.
Stand your ground. The law. Right.
If Zimmerman could stand his ground because he thought Trayvon was X, Y, and Z, this guy got jumped. Right. You know what I'm saying? And he stands his ground and shoots up the crowd. One of them died. But he got jumped. You know what I'm saying? But he's in jail right now for murder. So as time goes by, the gang members, you know what I'm saying? The Bloods, the Crips, the GDs, the Vice Lords, you know what I'm saying? And then you're going to have these posses. Right. When I was coming up, it was posses. It wasn't so much, this. It was posses.
Yep. Same thing.
And when I
was posse.
So when I was living in Boston, it was more so sport clubs. You know what I'm saying? The Vikings or Kings or Raiders. You know what I'm saying? But then after a while, the Bloods and Crips and all these different things came around. It was there, but it got popularized. But my point is, these are the guys that's gonna want to chime in and get involved.
No, that's a fact. And shouts out to my man, my brother. E-Wise is in the building.
Yeah, what's going on, Wise?
When y'all hear the anthem in the beginning of all the battles,
that's Wise.
That's Wise right there. That's his song right there. Eternal Youth in the Zone, right? E-Y-I-Z. He also spells it W-I-Z-E. But yeah, bro, it's definitely, and what he said the elite win. That's a fact because, at the end of the day, right, you got the cops shooting the people down, cops fighting the people, right? And soon they're gonna be like, yo, who? Because as people are dying, police, it's gonna be deaths, right? Even when it comes to the race war, even between at some point, unfortunately, after a lot of the carnage, people are gonna look and be like, yo, what are we doing this for? Who are we protecting?
Right.
You know what I'm talking about? Because at the end of the day, we all poor out here when it comes to the elite that got that 1% of the wealth. You know what I'm saying? They got 1% of the population got 99% of the wealth. You know what I'm saying? But what Americans fail to realize is that when you out here, when you in West Africa, and you realize that somebody a monthly pay is $100 a month, $75 a month, right? You know what I'm saying? US dollars, then it's like, are you really poor like that? You really still part of that 10%, even if you know what I mean? Even if you're only making 200 a week, right? Even if you're making 100 a week, right? You're making more than the majority of people in this country, Liberia, India, So it's just it's a game. So definitely they win because they pinning each other, pinning ourselves against each other, white, black, and then at the end of the day, who we protecting? Because them white people ain't got no money. You
right.
know what I'm saying? Not like that. They got privilege right now.
That's true. Because,
right. But they remember they was the biggest ones on welfare, right?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Obama exposed that.
Yeah. I was about to say
right.
that. And you know, it's a great and dreadful day, man. It's a great and dreadful day. And you know, I just gotta pay attention to what's going on right now.
Facts.
And paying attention to what's going on right now. I think for me, this is a movie, right? The stuff that's going on White House and it's real. But I think it's a part of a bigger plan. It's like it's supposed to be like that. You know what I mean? Because from the time Trump was running his race, he was galvanizing this group.
Right.
The group that's out there right now, these groups been getting galvanized for a whole 4 years. You know what I mean? For a whole 3.5 years, these guys have been getting galvanized.
Right.
And he's been getting these guys prepared to do what they're doing right now.
Mm-hmm.
So and then you know, it's like, okay, the early in the morning, early y'all's morning, you follow what I'm saying? They saw these people gathering up on the grounds of the Capitol Hill. They saw them. They saw the people going out there. You know what I'm saying? Getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Why wasn't the National Guards put out then? Why wasn't military police put out then to push the crowds back? Because whenever there's a large gathering, they have a whole exercise on how to push the crowd back.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Why wasn't that done? Why was it even allowed for them to go inside the Capitol? I think it's a movie, man.
No,
so it's one big movie, man.
No, that's a fact, man. Woo, I mean, we still watching it, man. They still, still footage. They still out there. I'm thinking they're gonna be out there to the inauguration. That's just what I think, man. Real quick, man, we can talk about that Arsonal bill collector battle.
Arsenal bill collector.
Philly Jersey.
Jersey.
Man, it was kind of light, man. Like, it's kind of light. Like
he only had 7 minutes. They only paid him for 7 minutes.
Yeah, man, it's kind of light. I mean, he went hard towards the end of the battle.
He had to.
He went hard towards the end of the
He wouldn't have got that other half.
Yeah, he went hard towards the end of the joint, but in the beginning, I mean, it was all right. He messed up a lot. You know what I'm saying? And it just, I don't know, Dave. I guess they was cool. So it didn't. They didn't really go hard on each other, right? I mean, he did go hard, but
he's disrespectful.
Yeah.
So that Arsenal's
but they friends,
right?
So you kind of got that vibe.
Right.
It wasn't like everybody putting their all into it. But
I thought it was cool. But for me, when it comes to the battle rap, I don't like the disrespect.
Me either.
I don't like all the
personals, your daughter,
To
your daughter just died.
Right.
Like, why you would even bring that up in the battle?
The fact that you're uttering it out your mouth.
Right.
You know what I mean? I can't get with it. You know what I'm saying? So, but Arsenal's whole thing, I'm Mr. Disrespectful.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's his business model.
Right.
That's I'm not a fan of his business model when it comes to
me
that's just me.
Nah, me either.
But even Bill Collector,
he's real wordy. You know what I'm saying? I mean, obviously, Arsenal can rap, right?
He's a spitter.
But just because you're real wordy, like because when I used to rap, I used to be real wordy about it.
Right.
And my man K.I., he was real simple.
Right.
And the point to me is always to be able to get to the point.
Oh, True Don's in the UK.
Yeah.
Get to the point.
Yeah. The point is to get to the point.
Right.
Was it like how they talk about the like when it's 2 points and try to get there the quickest point.
Right.
From one dot to the next. It's a straight line.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? And that's the same way you want to hear punchlines. You know what I'm saying? You want to hear your punchlines that same way. So a lot of times you wordy because you don't know how to. You know what I mean? Like, put like to me, like Goods is better with his words.
Right.
The least amount. It's more impactful with the least amount of words.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? K-Shine.
Right.
He's not real wordy. You know what I'm saying? But also he's talented. But yeah, I'm not with the disrespect either. But what are you saying? Watching American politics. Wow. Okay. It's like a movie. That's what I always say. I say this though. At least Americans have the balls to challenge government. We're too passive here. Yeah, I mean, yo, bro, you gotta think about England. They really tired of it.
There's no guns. The police officers don't have guns.
Not only that, they don't murder. Yo, Europe was murdering each other for centuries. They were killing each other over there. Matter of fact, that was the purpose of the Vikings. You gotta check out. Y'all gotta check Dr. York books out. I forgot exactly which book, but the Vikings he was breaking down the 6 kings.
Right, the 6
kings.
kings.
The V1 is actually 6 in Roman numerals, right? And basically because they were killing each other so much, they came together, right, and said, yo, we're gonna spread out. Y'all gonna go this way, we're gonna go that way. Right. And they started pillaging and bringing disease, killing, murder to those other parts of the world. So where you at right now, they done already did it, and they really controlling it because the real money, the queen got the money. Right. The queen she's sitting on the real money. You go to the Bank of England, that's where you seeing the gold, you seeing all that. That's the world's wealth. They done pillaged the world and got it all over there, so they don't have to do all of that, what they doing. America is living off, remember, America's living off of fiat, off of faith, off of illusion. Their whole, remember, Hollywood is what entertainment is what powers America. Right. England is powered by, it still has control, and people are still indebted to the queen. Right. Canada, for one, still prime minister. They don't have a president, they have a prime minister. Why? Because they salute the queen. Right. You follow? Right. So, I mean, yeah, man. So it's really it's about coming up out of those, because you can see as the disease is dominating those areas. Right. You know, we watch CGN, was it CGTV or whatever, China Global Network or whatever. China good. You know? They good. India, they good. Like they shut down, but they moving. Right. So all those third world countries, it's not a time. So like, you know, because whatever happened in Wuhan, because you have to go back to when Obama was in office, he had put out, this is a part about Debatables, you go back further, like, you know, I guess 1 through 10, you'll be able to find it. We was talking about it back then when the virus had first hit last year. Wuhan was like, I guess, an experimental base, because Fauci and them, right? They were told not to continue what is it called? Weaponizing SARS, the virus SARS, and as they weaponized it, they took it to Wuhan in 2014 when Obama had asked them to stop weaponizing the disease. You know what I'm saying? And then and Fauci went from, what is it called? Charleston, I think Charleston, North Carolina, but a college in North Carolina. They were doing it there, and he got funded $3.4 million, or between 3.4 or 5 million by Bill and Melinda Gates, right? And then they took it to Wuhan. Mm-hmm. So for them to be going back and forth from America to Wuhan since 2014, and then for the outbreak to happen in Wuhan, is something that's been going on for some time. Because the COVID-19 is a derivative of SARS, and SARS has been many different SARS since 1969. Wow. If you do the research, you'll find that SARS has been going on for a minute, but they've been weaponizing it, and Obama had asked them to stop weaponizing it during 2014, but Fauci and his camp continued during that time, and they took it from America to Wuhan. Right. So my point is, you know, and they had those whole people that they got footage of traveling back and forth. Yeah, that was pretty interesting. That was pretty interesting. Remember, it was a man and a woman. It was like scared for their life because people was posting and talking about that them people was involved in it. Right. So it's like, you know, Joe Budden had Fauci on his podcast. That's crazy. Oh man, bro. But see, that's deep. But they don't know though. But see, that's deep. That's that check. That's that check, man. That's what I'm saying. You gotta be grounded, man. Like, you gotta pay attention to what's going on. You gotta be grounded, bro. That's why, like, you know, what's your why? You know what I'm saying? That's what your why. Like, I'm reading Simon Sinek right now. You know, your why, whatever, man. Yo, our why is, man, to be masters in the community, social responsibility, help free Dr. Malachi York, right? And help our people, man. That's, you know, and establish and reestablish ourselves, you know, after all that have been, all the trauma and things that had happened to us as a people. That's right. You know what I mean? That's our why, man. What is your why? You going out here, you talking, you're going for these checks, but you know, if you ain't really got nothing, if you ain't grounded in nothing, because now you just got Fauci on your show.
Well, what are y'all talking about?
I mean, you know what you're talking about. You're pushing the coronavirus
you're telling your audience that it's okay to take the vaccination, right? And you know, in your back of your mind, you're not with it, but you might have to do it for that check.
So you see the was it paradigm or whatever that because Trump is racist, right? But yet he's standing for the right stuff,
right?
You know, so and y'all, I'm just be honest, he's racist, but he's standing for the fact that all that the corona is fake. You follow? It's not, you know, and I'm not saying it's not fake. I definitely know it's real. Coronavirus is real, but the way that they're approaching it and wanting to put aluminum and all those different things inside you through the vaccine, you know, Trump don't like that. Right. His supporters don't like that.
Hey, yo, shouts out to NLE Chopper. I like that guy because he's one of the rappers that has a voice,
right? And
he's utilizing his voice to be heard,
right?
You know what I'm saying? And stand for the right thing. NLE Chopper, man, go support his music. Check that young boy out. He texted Lil Uzi Vert and told Lil Uzi Vert, we're not taking the vaccination. It's going to alter your DNA. It's going to alter your RNA. You follow what I'm saying? But then they came back and said that there's no scientific proof to it.
Right.
But then just a few days ago, a medical doctor out of Tennessee, this young lady, whole face went numb. It's all over CNN, Fox News that some of the side effects are you have psychotic episodes. So if you're having a psychotic episode, it's altering your DNA and RNA. Shouts out to NLE Chopper.
Right. So what you think about that? About the whole Democratic thing, right? They pushing, you know, because we used to as Black people supporting the Democratic Party. Right. Like even my grandmother, right? Like I'm in Africa. She like, I hope you voted for, you know, for Biden. I'm like, I'm not thinking about. Well, you know, either way, that's another conversation. How I vote is my personal opinion, right?
Right.
But I'm not even thinking about voting. I'm in West Africa right now, just being honest. Well, now what's this? But African Americans are so used to voting
Democratic,
but then you got Trump that is pushing some of the things that we really agree with.
Right.
Is that not true?
Right.
I mean, I'm just trying to figure out, like, you know, how does that dynamic work? Like, I
think it's world over, right? It's world over. There's a mindset that you want the government to take care of you. And being here in Liberia is the same type of mindset. The people want the government to take care of them. Whereas with the Republicans, it's like, yo, tie your bootstraps, go out there and get it.
Yeah, that's a fact.
But then that mindset is not taught in school. It's not taught.
No, it's not.
It's not taught from first grade, second grade,
they're
third
being
grade.
taught it at home.
No, they're being taught. They're being taught it in their schools.
Yeah,
and when I say my school,
I don't think no school.
No. I do think that
because when you see the Grant Cardones, the Tony Robbins, these people didn't grow up. They might not have been rich, but they ain't go to our schools. They was going to schools where the Europeans was, and even Napoleon Hill, Jim Rohn. You follow what I'm talking about? All them white people, bro, saying the same thing. The educational system do not address entrepreneurship. They do not address going out and get it on your own.
I'm not
the
saying
mind state of a Republican is go out and get it on your own, and no school system teaches that in America.
Okay, you're right.
I mean, I guess it's debatable, but
no.
You gotta show,
right.
You gotta show because it's a numerous amount of people
but you're right.
that are making that same statement. Robert Kawasaki.
You're right.
Matter of fact, Robert Kawasaki, his father was the head of the school system in Hawaii.
You're right.
And nowhere did they teach empowering yourselves, financial intelligence.
Right.
But the European in America do teach his child that at home.
Right.
That's my point. That's what I was saying.
The point that I wanted to get to is that, yes, it's not taught in the school curriculum, but there is a skewed mindset. And that skewed mindset, we don't get that in our schools.
Right.
Like, you know, the inner city schools, the teachers that come there, you know, there is an overall paradigm that exists there when the teacher's talking to you and kind of pushing you towards this type of route in life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's like that same conversation that takes place at home, because that is that conversation that takes place in the classroom that really makes that person want to become a doctor. You know what I'm saying? Outside of the books, that makes you want to become a doctor, lawyer, engineer, judge. You know what I'm saying? And it's like a skewed mindset outside of the curriculum, and that's what we don't get. And that's what that's the people that's loving Trump right now. You know what I'm saying? Because these are the people that been to the military. You know what I'm saying? They have a thought process. Okay, these guys are racist. He's showing who he is, but guess what? He want to make this place great. He want us to take the power out of China and bring it back here. So it's that same skewed mindset that comes from schools or the privilege that we don't have a clue about, to the point where I
don't think those are privileged. I don't think the people storming the Capitol right now are privileged.
When I say privileged, they are.
They are.
They're privileged.
They are in comparison to us.
They're not. That's my point. Yeah.
Okay,
that's not. But that's on all scales.
But on their, in comparison to their people, because remember they're 200 million. So you can't compare a 200 million population. You got to compare within the 200 million. I don't believe that we're not part of that conversation. The 40 million African Americans, we're not part of that conversation. The 200 million this conversation is really amongst the 200 million. They don't give a fuck about us, man. They don't care about us. That's why, who cares what Trump's saying about them niggas? You know what I'm saying? His policies is moving the country forward. You follow what I'm talking about? And the Democrats we know they don't really care about us, but they got a mind state that they want to be taken care of. You follow what I'm talking about? So, my point is that those people over there, they're not the privileged. Those are the people they poor. They within the European world, they poor. They not the doctors. They not, because you said the doctors, the lawyers, the engineers. None of them are those. Come on the ground. I don't know about that.
Okay, that's debatable. But on the streets, I'm gonna go far as to say you got blue collar, and then you got white collar.
That's the blue collar.
Yeah, but I ain't gonna just say that's just all blue collar.
Yeah, but the white collar we know they ain't got no issue. The blue collar has got an issue with how the white collar is being treated. The white collar is always given the the advantage. White collar is given advantage, right? Attorneys on payroll.
Right.
You can't tell me them guys out there. I don't believe it. I don't believe them guys out there, they are what people call a trailer park. You know what I'm saying? The people that's on the front line right now.
Okay, all right.
That's what I'm thinking. They are Appalachian Mountain guys.
All right.
You can't tell me the people the paramilitary that's in the Appalachian Mountains, you can't tell me they doctors, bro. They might know medicine. You can't tell me they got their doctorate degree, bro. The people with doctors, they trying to protect the status quo. What? They don't want none of this. The people that's privileged, they got bread, they don't want none of that.
All right.
That's what I think. They don't want none of that.
It's debatable.
They don't want that.
It's debatable. I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna sit here and just say, okay, that crowd that's out there is just trailer park.
No, I'm not saying that either, though.
All right.
But I'm not saying it, but they definitely, they're definitely not 70% are not have doctorates.
I'm not gonna put a percentage on it. I'm not gonna put.
Okay. You have to, though.
No, I don't.
Yeah,
it was a blanket.
Okay, so let's do this.
I put a blanket on it.
Let's do this.
I can't just say 70%, 50%.
Let's do this. 200 million people, right?
Okay.
The majority of that.
Let me ask you a question. 200 million is not out there.
200 million, but it's representation. They represent a certain class.
They do.
And my point is that 200 million, the majority are rich or poor. That's what I want to know.
The majority
of the 200 million. Don't forget about the 40 million African Americans.
Okay.
Let's deal with the 200 million white people.
Okay.
Are they majority rich or poor?
The majority poor.
Bam. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but
you can't say the doctors, the doctors and the engineers and the highly educated are not the poor.
But hold up,
okay,
real quick
okay,
now. Within the majority that's poor,
right?
You do have those that are doctors, engineers. They're
not poor.
No, but they're not poor.
You can't say within the majority.
Okay. What is poor? What is poor? What is their poor?
it. We can research it real quick. Hold on. Let me.
No, it's not fair.
No, what you mean it's not fair? That's it. Yeah, you asked me a question.
You asked me specific.
Okay. I would say it's below 40,000 a year.
Okay.
I'll say it's below 40,000.
Below 40,000 a year.
Yeah.
Okay. That's true because you can go to New York, right, and find a train conductor, Boston train conductor. Right. They're around the same.
About 40,000 a year. That's why I went there. That would be considered poor, right? To them, to elite. Because right now we're talking about. But the question was. Is the majority of the 200 million? You already said the majority of the 200 million. Of course. Now, are we comparing them to Liberians? No. Oh, okay. Are you comparing them to people in Mumbai? No. Because every American is rich to a person in Mumbai.
No, but listen, America. Right. There is a level of financial freedom if you're receiving a residual every month, and you're able to buy food, entertainment, so forth and so on. Right. And those people that's out there, they're able to do that
for every person.
Not every person.
Oh, everybody! Come on, not every person. Everybody in America.
No, everybody in America don't got Netflix. Everybody, come on. That's a privilege.
Yeah, but they got YouTube.
Not everybody got YouTube.
Everybody got YouTube.
No, everybody don't got YouTube.
Everybody got YouTube. You ain't gonna say it and tell me. Everybody got YouTube in Liberia. You gonna tell me everybody don't got YouTube in America? You already admitted that the 200 million majority is poor. You already admitted that.
No, yeah,
So that was on my point.
Yeah, but I had to go to ask.
My point is that's who's out there right now.
What are you talking about?
I'm not talking about the white boy. I said the 200 million. I said exclude the 40 million. We're not part of it. We're not there. Listen, whatever happens, we there by default. You understand what I'm talking about? Whatever happens, we drag along. We dragged along with whatever decisions are made. Okay. Come on, you got to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? All right. Like, you know what I mean? We're not the decision makers.
What are we talking about right now?
We're talking about that. Those people over there, we were trying to talk about the dynamic of how Trump, right? Some of the things he really represents is on point. And some of the things, and really, I don't even see anything. I don't even know what the Democratic Party represent right now. Okay. Honestly, what do I know Trump represent outside of the racism, right? Because again, we're dealing with the 200 million.
John, what's going on, man? Right. Peace. Peace to the gods.
What up, John? Peace. So I'm saying like the 200 million, dealing with the 200 million, we know Trump represents his thing is the virus. Right. How he feels about the virus. Right. You don't feel like you should have to be masked up if you don't want to be. Right. You feel like you shouldn't be quarantined. Right. If you don't want to be quarantined. Right. And that's my point. My point is that I agree with those things. Okay. I agree with those things. Okay. Whereas right now, Biden and them, they want to shut the whole thing down.
Yeah, but see,
they want to shut down.
Again, I'm gonna go back
even the mayor, Keisha Lance Bottoms in Atlanta. Like, she was going back and forth
with the governor
because she wanted the whole city shut down because my state was, we got a state quarantine to because Fauci, because that was the point of the conversation on Joe Budden's show. He's pushing a certain narrative, and the Democrats are carrying that narrative that, we gotta protect, we gotta, hide, go in, stay indoors. But then what happens a year, 2 years from now, what's about to happen when inflation, put all this money out because you had to kickstart the economy because you're gonna shut people down, you stop people from traveling. Their natural right? The natural right is freedom of movement. Your human right is freedom of motion. Right. You know what I'm talking about? That moment, that's taken away from you. Now you can't even fend for yourself. So now they got to inject all this money. Right. Then what happens to the dollar? Okay, it's gonna deflate. It's deflating. Right.
I guess that's why they I guess that's why they send $2,000 out. Right. And that's why Nancy Pelosi. Right. Pelosi. Yep. Nancy Pelosi. They graffitied her house. Right. And Mitch McConnell. McConnell. Exactly. They also graffitied his house. Right. You know what I mean? So it's a lot going on. But I agree with you. Mm-hmm. The majority is poor. I agree with you that what Trump stands for makes sense, but we are conditioned to be to depend on the government.
No, that's a fact.
And
that's my point. But Trump, okay, yeah.
But I'm saying, but
that's Trump's stance. It shouldn't be dependent on us.
But you're trying to, because at one time the Africans in America was Republican.
That's a fact.
You know what I mean? But as
you had to be, I guess, if that's the mind state you got to do for self.
Right.
You got out of slavery, you had to go out.
I guess after segregation came,
right.
You know what I mean? It became a thing where, we started to become Democrats,
right.
You know what I'm saying, versus Republicans. But it's still the same bird of what we've taught.
Right.
That's the same bird with
two different wings.
Two different wings, same
left
bird.
Wing, right wing,
same
bird.
That eagle, that elephant, same bird. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, dealing with that, I think it's going to take some time to change that mindset of depending on the government and going out doing for self because it's not taught.
Right.
And it's because it's not taught in schools and Africans in America, they don't necessarily get the privilege of that at home.
I agree.
So going back to compliment your point.
Right.
At home, there's no one there to talk about it. It's not in the rap music. It's not in battle rap. You know what I mean? But we are talking about it now in Debatable.
Yeah, and we about to put topics in this this joint right here, bro. When we pay these guys, they're gonna get topiks, right?
And
that's what we said.
And I hope y'all gather what's going on. And Trudeau in the UK, man. A lot of the reason why, a lot of the stuff don't happen in the UK is because you have Africans in the UK, from the Caribbean, from Africa, but it's just like the narrative is totally different. Like Sakar was breaking down, it's really based on the Queen. You know what I'm saying? And then if you go back centuries, there's a particular narrative that's been going on there that's just written in stone over there. You know what I'm saying? To the point where none of the police officers over there have to carry weapons. You know what I'm saying? You only got to worry about terroristic bombs and stuff like that. That's the extreme that it gets. But even in the local, hood crime, like neighborhood crimes and stuff like that. That happens. It gets incited, but it's not like in America. You know what I'm saying? It's not. America is birthed on killing. It's birthed on taking away territory. Everything, and there's a whole illusion factor of Hollywood. This is what they do. The illusion is death, kill, murder.
Right.
Death, kill, murder, and then drugs. And God we trust. That's gold, oil, and drugs.
Facts.
And this is what they push. This is what they into.
Right. Facts. And like you always say, the Grand Theft Auto.
That's the life that we in right now.
And now it's about to be virtual. Now it's like, man, like I'm scared. Virtual reality. They're gonna bring that into the virtual reality.
Breaking down yesterday.
Oh, Neuralink.
Yeah.
Elon Musk, man. Neuralink. They're about to tap your brain, or people that don't want to do that. They're gonna tap their brain into the computer. That's the whole thing that Elon Musk is pushing right now. Neuralink, and again, we know that it's an elite, few that's putting this together, right? And we know that obviously they pushing virtual. You know what I'm saying? Because look, you got virtual reality, right? You know what I'm saying? All of a sudden, what's it called? Quote unquote, what's the word for it? Coincidentally, right when you want to keep everybody inside, all of a sudden you're keeping everybody inside. See, that's Fauci.
Right.
Fauci, to me, that's what he pushing.
Right.
He's coming from that agenda. Keep everybody inside, because we want you to go into this virtual world, because you ain't gonna be able to go outside.
Well, no, I think it's deeper than that. Too. And you're right on the money, because see, keep everybody inside, right? Because you have to keep them inside.
Right.
Why? Because you got 5G.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because 5G, it messes with the human anatomy.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So by you being inside,
right.
You're gonna have to, linking through the neuron link,
right,
you know what I'm saying? Because Neuralink, because they're putting these satellites out there.
Right.
Your man, Elon Musk, he has I think over 300 satellites that's out there,
the planet now.
Right, that's gonna complement these 5G towers,
facts,
right? And then in these vaccinations is supposed to have metal,
aluminum in it.
You follow what I'm saying?
Oh my gosh, when Dr. Yoke was talking about get the metals out your body.
Get the metals out.
Whole book talking about get the metals out your body, because he was saying they could send electromagnetic waves that could affect the metals in your body.
Right.
And now they're putting the metals in your body.
Right.
Oh, man.
And so this is what we're talking about, right?
Damn, bro.
So I mean,
damn, bro.
you know what's interesting is this was interesting, right? When you're able to see the plug that you've been plugged into, like the Matrix, right?
Right.
And then you're able to say, okay, untouch that plug.
But that chicken, remember the whole
My
chicken,
man said, nah, it was a piece of steak.
The steak.
Man said, look, man. Man said, look, I'm about to eat this steak.
Yeah.
And I'm
just started talking about it too.
Mind my business.
Right, facts. You done. They really want us to plug into the Matrix. That Morpheus Neo battery scene is scarily becoming a reality.
I mean, that's where we at right now.
Yeah,
Yo, true on. That's where we at right now. And the thing about it is, it's a great and dreadful day. And why is it a great and dreadful day?
Right.
Because it's great because we're able to talk with y'all and let y'all know what's good. It's dreadful for those that's not listening. And you know, we apologize because we don't have the links on right now, but we're definitely going to have the links for y'all to go pick up the books. So y'all be able to, you know, tap in, so y'all can read what we've been reading, so you know what we know, in order for us to, you know, so you can you know, put yourself in a position where you can get out the way, because it's about getting out the way. Don't get it twisted. It ain't about getting the guns and going to war. That's a movie. Listen, get out the way.
Yeah, get out the way.
Get out the way. That's what it's about. Get out the way. You know what I mean? Speaking about plugging up and all this stuff, the head matrix and everything else. You know, I hope, you know, Dr. Dre get better soon, man.
Oh, man.
Yeah, brain aneurysm, man. So,
yeah, man. Sorry to hear that, man. I hope he's okay, man, because a lot of times people just, like, the fact that he even made it to a hospital means a lot. Because, and I'm like, I hope, you know, I don't want to get into, like, this thought process, bro.
Conspiracy with the prenup?
Like, everybody done got him. Like, you know
what
I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? It's like out here,
his
man.
catalog, man.
Like, you know, like,
Lil Wayne sold his catalog for $100 million.
Same thing with Michael Jackson. Like, you asked me.
Prince.
You asked me, they killed Mike twice. They killed him in the Pepsi commercial. After the Pepsi commercial, he was never the same. Never the same. That ain't the same Michael after the Pepsi commercial.
That's right.
And then he died, and then they killed him again. That's just me. So now they got his masters, and as soon as they killed him, as soon as he died, remember, you know, Guitar Hero released the Beatles on
because he had a catalog. He owned the catalog
through Sony. Right, because he owned most of Sony. Right. So I mean, you know, listen, man, it is what it is. We hope you get better. We hope he's all right. You know, protect yourself, protect your mind. You know, watch what you're taking into your mind. Like, you know, I mean, we watch battle rap, we want to be entertained. We like battle rap because it stimulates the mind. That's why we don't like the battle rap fans. We like battle rap because it stimulates the mind. Whereas the other music, rap music, don't stimulate the mind. That's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, keep doing that. Keep reading. Battle rap is an intellectual sport. I'm always stand by that, man.
It's a fact.
It's brain over brawn.
Whoever's talking about boxing, and if you have a rap beef, right, because of lyrics that you write, what sense does it make for you to get in the ring and duke it out? It wasn't. I didn't bump you. I didn't step on your feet. You know what I mean?
Now these guys I've been talking about, they not even rappers, bro. Like, one of them is a rapper. They just like bloggers.
But my point,
it's still, I'm with you.
I mean, my point is, like, you have a lot of these guys, like, you know, I think at one point Bow Wow and Soulja Boy, they wanted to fight.
Right. Exactly.
Chris Brown and Soulja Boy wanted to fight. It's like,
that's what it was.
It's intellectual, bro.
Right.
If you have a problem with a rapper, right, and you know, it's like these people that be having an internet beef. You text 147 characters or 200 characters, and you offend them. You hurt my feelings. When I see you in the streets, I'm about to bring harm upon you. That's crazy. So the same thing with a rapper. If you wrote some lyrics and somebody's offended, like now, Snoop Dogg and Eminem. Snoop Dogg is offended. He even responded. He even went to show Eminem that I'm about to write all about seeds. I know all seeds and seeds and seeds. My point is, keep it intellectual. The fact that why you got to take it out of that realm of intellect, and you want to regress to an animal. You know what I'm saying? Nah, that's why it's brain over brawn. That's what MC was about. Brain over brawn. You know what I'm saying? Masters in the community, man. For real, man.
Facts. Man, I mean, with that, man, we checking out, man, right? What you think? You good?
Yeah,
so when
man,
I say checking out of the live stream, we ain't going nowhere outside of that. But what you, I mean, unless y'all got some other questions, I don't know.
I mean, if y'all got any questions, y'all can definitely definitely ask the questions. But it's definitely time, you know, we've given y'all about some good times to chop it up. You know, we're letting y'all know, letting y'all know what's going on at Capitol Hill, the standoff. You know what I'm saying? They use crowd gathers, crowd gathers in support of Trump. They don't utilize the right words, is my point.
The mayor of Washington, D.C. has declared the protests outside the Capitol a riot.
Yeah, but look.
Chaos on Capitol Hill.
Yeah, but look.
We're on AlJazeera.com, just so you know, because we get a different.
Listen, man. The words that they use is interested. Had it been Africans, Hispanic, Asian, on Capitol Hill right now, it would be gang.
Yeah, but I'm sure that man is probably black, bro. He's probably a brother. That's why he's calling it what it is, a riot, as opposed to a protest. Trump trying to call it a protest. Trump, but yeah, it would be worse. You're right, though. I agree. It would be even worse. It would definitely be.
What do you call it? The privilege, man. The privilege got me thrown off, man.
Right.
The privilege got me thrown off.
It is what it is, man. These are the facts, man. These are the facts. Capitol announced security breach as Congress meet to look at
how are they able to get inside the Capitol Hill? How is that possible?
Are they up in there?
They're in there, bro.
Oh, man.
How is that possible? And no shots, explosives found. They found, go back, bro. They got smoke, explosives.
I see the smoke. That was smoke just now?
That was smoke.
Oh.
How is that possible, bro?
What? National Guard, they up in there right now.
They in there, bro.
They in the building right now.
But how is that? And look, because it's all Caucasians, or Europeans.
Yeah, look, man. I'm telling you, I seen him driving down 81. I'm telling you, them the North Carolina
curfew imposed. But guess what? It's gonna.
Ain't nobody doing nothing to them. Come on, they white. They pull up. What you gonna do? You gonna stop me? You know what I'm saying?
It's crazy, man. Like, how is that even possible? That level of privilege, I gotta pay attention to what's going on.
That's a fact. Man.
That's a privilege. That's unprecedented.
Get your passports. I'm not saying. I'm saying definitely don't panic. I love that from the that French Montana joint. You know what I mean? I always don't panic. You never can panic when things happen, but we definitely got to put ourselves in a position where we're ready to make moves.
I just don't like the words that they use. Trump supporters gathers in support of Trump.
Okay, where's that at? Trump supporters.
The text.
Okay, in support of Trump. See, look, and that's Al Jazeera too. So
that's not
protesters
right.
gathered in support.
Man,
but these different places.
These guys are trespassing. They're breaking up. They're breaking property.
No, that's a fact.
They're damaging property.
But even in this house shows you what's really real when it comes to the media, because we know CNN. They have what's called public diplomacy. Y'all can look it up. And public diplomacy is basically a country has in position. They own media sources that always give off positive. Aspects of the country. So CNN and Fox are always, even though they'll internally talk this, and that, but they'll never really show nothing that's showing America as bad, right? Al Jazeera would be a place that you could, because the purpose of me going on Al Jazeera is like, okay, I want another perspective,
right.
Because Al Jazeera is a creation by the Middle Eastern people that said, okay, we need to start taking charge of our own media, so that because they making us all look like terrorists and things of that nature, right? So they create. So I'm hoping I can go on to Al Jazeera and get. But you're not, because you know why? Because it's still moved by this. You follow what I'm talking about? So it's still calls being made like, yo.
You say this. I need this. It's skewed.
Period.
It's skewed, man.
Period, yo.
Crazy, man.
Well, shoot, man. We'll be back tomorrow, y'all.
Yeah, man.
We appreciate y'all for tapping in.
That's a new world, man.
We appreciate y'all, man. Any questions, comments, let us know. Y'all already know we got the Charlie Clipspoon P battle coming up. We definitely gonna implement the topics. They don't know that yet. We about to let them know, right? When we negotiate, we about to talk about that, because it's about time that we implement what we stand for.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Which is, content.
Content,
you know what I mean?
content, real content.
Yeah, thought-provoking content.
Yeah. www.mcward.com, y'all.
That's a fact. On Facebook at MC Ward LLC, Instagram, Twitter, all the same thing. Yo, shouts out Trudon. Shouts out to the UK. Shouts out John Stratton. Shouts out EY's Back Block Talk. And shouts out my man Arsonal Ether, always putting on and supporting the movement. And we'll see y'all soon, man. We'll see y'all tomorrow, same time.
You tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend. It's debatable.
Facts.